Before I started traveling internationally, my biggest obstacle was waiting for all the conditions to be right. I didn't want to travel alone, so schedules had to line up, friends had to take time off, and there was money. There was never enough. I always needed to save more. Then, ironically, I took my first international solo trip to Haiti in 2015 when I was unemployed. I didn't have any job prospects and not that much money saved up. So what changed? I just decided that I was going to go somewhere. No more delaying, no more waiting for the conditions to be perfect. I was just going to pick a place on the map, buy a plane ticket, and then figure out how to make it happen with the resources I currently had. If you're new to travel and you've been watching videos and blogs, but you've never been out of the country, or maybe you've been once or twice with friends and family, and now you have the travel bug and you want to do it more, then this video is for you. The mistake I made, waiting years for the conditions to be perfect, is the same mistake I see a lot of new travelers make. You've decided you want to travel more, you watch a ton of videos, read blogs, and make endless packing lists. You think you need a detailed plan, a big pile of cash, and a ton of expensive travel gear before you can even get out the door. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's wrong. You don't need a detailed itinerary, you don't need every hotel room booked in advance, and you definitely don't need any special technical travel gear to see the world. The most important thing that you need is just a simple change in mindset. You need to shift from the idea that I want to travel, but list the excuse, to I'm going to travel, now where? So I'm going to tell you the best way that I've found to move forward with your travel goals. Instead of doing things in the typical order of buying all your travel gear, figuring out where you're going, planning an itinerary, and then buying a plane ticket, we're going to flip it. The best thing you can do to motivate yourself to travel is to just go buy a plane ticket. Once you have a ticket, you're going to be very motivated to plan your itinerary and buy your travel gear within your budget. So now let's go into more detail in each of these sections. I want to give you some quick tips on how to purchase airfare, plan your trip, and buy travel gear. Plane tickets don't have to be expensive. There are a bunch of great resources to find cheap flights. For example, sites like Skyscanner, Google Flights, and Kayak let you choose your departure airport and will show you airfares to locations all over the world. Using these tools, you can narrow down your options based on your budget, or you can identify times of the year that are cheaper to travel. Now that you have a plane ticket, the next step is to sketch out a rough itinerary of where you want to go. And there are a ton of free or inexpensive travel resources to help you plan your trip. Travel books are a great place to start, which you can often get for free at your local library. Some other great free online resources are Reddit, WikiTravel, and Lonely Planet's Thorntree Forum. Wherever you want to go, there's probably already a great free travel guide on the internet that isn't funded by advertising. Now for the last step, travel gear. The entire purpose of this channel is dedicated to travel gear, but it's actually the last step. Don't get me wrong, travel gear is important, but it's really the last thing you should be thinking about when you're planning a trip. The biggest mistake I see a lot of new travelers make is they think they need to have a bunch of expensive technical travel gear first before they can travel. But the real purpose of all this fancy travel gear is to just make your travel experience better and more enjoyable, but it's not necessary. There are very few things that you actually need for travel, and most of them you probably already own. All you really need to travel is a bag to carry your stuff, a passport, and maybe some toiletry tubes and a travel adapter. As far as backpacks, there are some really good low-cost options, as well as a bunch of gear exchange sites where you can get a used backpack. The first bag that I used for international travel was this 48-liter Osprey backpacking backpack that I bought off a friend for $40. Again, To wrap this up, if you're new to travel or haven't been out of the country yet, do this first. Instead of shopping for travel gear or worrying about planning every detail of your trip, the first thing you should do is choose a location and buy a plane ticket. Next, sketch out a rough itinerary of where you want to go and what you want to do, only getting as detailed as you have to. Then worry about your travel gear. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like posts like this and you want to see more, then please let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.
Okay, Crosby. We don't have to plan. Just pick a place. Nigeria.